Right. So, sorry for the delay, but welcome to the Spam Invitational. I'm your host, Tenpen Gaming. We are watching the number one seeded NME versus the number five filled up. Mad Dog walks in today after a elite regular season, hosting a 2.06 kill death ratio on attack and defense combined, 1.7 on attack, 2.8 on defense, which is just disgusting. Dirty Chewbacca, the top fragger on the other team, has got a 1.33, 1.1 on attack, 1.6 on defense. Mad Dog, obviously a MVP frontrunner, is going to be hard to find anyone better in this league than him, but neither of these teams have played very much since their last game. It's been quite some time as Raccoon Yogurt went on a slight vacation.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Of course, NME being the top team, they chose to pick this map and elected to attack first. Bold strategy, I feel. You don't see a lot of teams choosing to attack first. They've been that team. They have yet to lose a single game, not in the regular season. A perfect 7-0 regular season. But
5 seconds
additionally,
remaining.
so far in the tournament, they have not lost a game yet either.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
So it'll be interesting to see. The Filled Up has been on fire to start the tournament.
Reloading.
Number 5 team overall, 3-4 with an overtime win and loss. But they've been consistent throughout the playoffs. Mad Dog looking to Ying and entry. Chewbacca's been dangerous with those DMRs.
Ice cold metal.
C4 couldn't do anything. Going out once again, there's some footholes. Chewbacca not able to convert on a kill, but Mad Dog is incredibly low. Ooh, that is quite the tough play there as Mad Dog takes them both down. I feel like Chewbacca reasonably should have been able to have that kill. If he was a bit more patient and closet, I believe he would have heard the plant there. Just didn't work out for him. As NME goes up 1-0 to start. Let's talk about some of these bands. Fenrir and Aruni are two very good bands for NME to levy on Filled Up, as I think Aruni's just too good of an operator, and the way Chewbacca plays with DMRs, it is quite disgusting. So with Ying out there, Chewbacca deciding to go Warden. It's it's good on both sides. I feel like that's a win-win. Chewbacca gets to counter Ying perfectly, but it also gets him off of a DMR, and it gets him away a little bit from the playstyle that's been working out so well for him. DMRs have been quite, I'm not going to say the crutch, but they've been good in his hands and good in a lot of elite players' hands as of recent. Anticipating a nerf in the upcoming seasons for those. It's been a while since Wild Games has played. I know that for sure. I think Mad Dog's probably the most prepared for today. I think he was practicing well before I even started preparing for this game. No surprise, he's starting out hot. We'll see how Chewbacca holds up. I think he's probably the second most seasoned, but Raccoon Yogurt and Wild Games definitely aren't in mid-season form. Swapping to Snake makes that Warden pick useless. Not quite as useful as you'd want. go out.
Activating glance.
C4, no good, no damage dealt. Raccoon seems to be in the way of Mad Dog. Typically that results in not great things as a defender. We'll see how he plays it. Wallbangs don't convert. Oof, down goes Wild Games. Mad Dog gets a down of his own. Sees the head holes, cannot get the kill. Good angle from Dirty Chewbacca. Had the advantage the entire time. Waits for the head to cross. Easy one tap. Very good patience. And a clean round from Chewbacca. A good response as well. Everything evened up scoreboard-wise in terms of KDs and tied round-wise as well. Like I said, Chewbacca has been very dangerous in these tournament games. Starting with his win versus the Slow Rollers, it's he's been elite. I wish I had the numbers with me at this time. I don't. I didn't quite have the time to prepare that today. But in other news, we did have a bottom bracket winner go home game this week. The Slow Rollers played number 4 Slow Rollers played the number 6 Just Team 2. Slow Rollers took game 1 7-1. Vader went 9-4 in that one on house, and game 2 went the Slow Rollers' way as well. They played. We're gonna have to see a similar type of performance from either of these guys if they want to have some comfortable separation. But Just Team 2 isn't exactly an easy team to beat. They didn't have a great regular season.
10 seconds to insertion.
But mind-blowing stuff is not a he's not a bum.
Attackers are moving out to locate
I would have anticipated that to be a lot more difficult than what it ended up being for the Slow Rollers, but they've been hot as of recent. Like I said, Vader plays the most Siege, at least right now, out of anyone in the tournament, so he's stayed warmer than anyone else. Distracting shots there. Flashbang's gonna go out. Raccoon's got... I don't think they know he's quite there. Neither team wants to take any action. And for Mad Dog and Wild Games, that is the correct course. Frag grenade going out now. It's not going to do anything. C4 in response, no good. Now the wall being opened. That is very tough for Raccoon. At least Mad Dog's down to half HP. But we need to convert on those kills in this tough of a setting. Chewbacca trying his hardest to fend off any sight control they could get. Well, just can't convert on the head tap there. Gunfight goes out. Mad Dog goes down. One-on-one. Chewbacca's still got full health here. And a nasty angle on the bomb. Momentum favors him. The swing goes out. And Chewbacca converts on a wallbang. Sorry for the lag. Shout out Spectrum. Final bans go out. Cade's a good one. I mean, any way you can ban any sort of wall denial is always good, especially when it appears that enemy's goal is to get as many walls open as possible.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I do feel like a win here for Filled Up is massive momentum, considering this is not their map.
Attackers
And
have
it's
discovered
kind
the
of a wild
location
card.
the
I
bomb.
don't know if we've seen any matches on this map. At the very least, not consistently. We haven't seen any. I think we might have seen this map once before. This does keep Castle alive. So no Castle ban there. That's going to be a difficult
10 seconds
thing to
to
deal with.
insertion.
Ying and Ram.
5
Looks
seconds
like
to
Mad
go.
Dog and Wild Games did a little swapsy there.
Attackers are moving to
Typically,
defuse
we'd
the
see
bomb.
this the other way around. No top-down defense at all, so they're going to get all this for free. And this top-down pressure, Mad Dog will use to, great effectiveness if he chooses to stay up there. Mad Dog's already down. Wild Games, lot of pressure on him, already half HP. And immediately back foot once again for NME. Wild Games gets the diffuser, immediately runs back upstairs as a choke point with a shotgun. He had the ability to take ground there, decides not to. He looks like he's going to push from a different way. Chewbacca doesn't want to run up the stairs, he just wants to cut him off at the next choke point. Wild Game's going for a hatch, though. Dropping straight into sight, watching the head holes. No, he's not! And Raccoon's going to get an easy kill on an unsuspecting Wild Games. Three-one start for Filled Up. We'll see how defender-sided this map really is. I don't think either team's really playing this map all that often, so I wouldn't be surprised if neither team's very good at attacking, but this is not what I'd expect from NME. I mean, we're talking a completely undefeated. They have not lost a single game in the tournament, not a single game in the regular season. But I would also like to point out, Filled Up did not play this. They haven't played. This is the first time these two teams are matching up.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
And
as they
they're
can.
matching up at the wrong time, I'd say, because the hottest team in the game right now. And there's just no other way to say it. Filled Up has been
Attackers have
on
discovered the
fire,
location
especially
of
at the
a bomb.
hands of Dirty Chewbacca. And as for NME, I don't think they're really touching the game. Like I said, you have an undefeated regular season. You could argue there's some complacency there, or the expectation that they're just going to show up and win. And most of the time, it's
10
been
seconds
dominant.
left.
You look KD
5
wise,
seconds
especially
left
with
before
the
insertion.
regular season stats, we're talking about a 2.06 and a 1.16.
Attackers' objective is to defuse the
Statistically
bomb.
speaking, Wild Games clears Yogurt and should be biting Chewbacca's ankles at the very least. And that's the second player on their team. Interesting picks. We're going away from DMRs, but we're heading towards shotguns.
Heads up. Hostile inbound.
A lot of angles you can hold that are free kills. Looks like Wild Games doesn't quite know where he wants to enter. And there's no way for Mad Dog to enter from where he is. They're both holding him out. So Wild Games is going to have to go in and make a play. Both players should be unsuspecting. Oh, that's going to get some views. Focused the wrong way, but it's going to allow for some attention to be taken off of Mad Dog. Maybe Mad Dog can at least make a play now. Wild Games is definitely muddying up the waters here. Mad Dog gets that kill we were talking about. You stop looking at him, he can get some free ones. One-on-one now. Two best players in the match. C4 goes out, shot out of the sky. Chewbacca with the shotgun. Mad Dog peeks long, gets an easy kill. Good flick. Expecting the standing peek, using the bomb as a head glitch. Good wherewithal to not force the issue, especially with the shotgun. You don't want to get too up close and personal.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have located a bomb.
It was a much needed win there for NME. Same site being chosen. It looks like Chewbacca's finally going back to the bread and butter. The thing that everyone's been fearing, the DMRs.
5 seconds left.
Mad Dog thinks it's clear. Chewbacca's been chilling on the stairs though, so there's no way for him to know. Chewbacca trailing basically underneath them as of right now, but Raccoon's off by himself. He's gonna get double teamed here if he's not careful. Chewbacca, of course, working on a flank, but is he gonna be able to execute it on time? That is the question. Got a stalemate between Chewbacca and Mad Dog right now. Raccoon and Wild Games effectively in the same spot. Chewbacca gets spotted. Runs down the stairs. Good pre-fire there. Good wallbang as down goes Raccoon. I don't think Wild Games knows, though. Retreats to his teammate. Gonna flash. Here comes Chewbacca up the stairs. Doesn't know where Wild Games is gonna be, and as well, Mad Dog's there. Forcing the issue, and we're all tied up 3-3. Momentum in enemies' hands at this point in time, going into the half. Chewbacca doing a lot of good work. However, especially with the most kills in the lobby, tying Mad Dog in terms of deaths. But like we've been talking about, though I think Chewbacca can go toe to toe with Mad Dog, I think this more focuses on what KZ4L Wild Games can do in place of Yogurt. I think that Mad Dog and Chewbacca can neutralize each other, but Wild Games, I mean, we could talk about the regular season. He's obviously in a good system, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because in that system he's thriving with a 1.16. So overall, team-wise, this has gone about as how I'd expect it to. NME definitely favored in this matchup.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Let's see what tricks they have for their defensive half. Mad Dog going Mira. Of course, it was Cav and Scopos banned. Mad Dog does like Scopos quite a bit. Does like to roam. Putting him on Mira, though, you're going to have to ban that in, 2 rounds time or whatever it is. Looks like Mad Dog's going to play from the outside in. The issue is there's going to be a window or a doorway here.
Time to redecorate.
And it's going to be hard to
10 seconds left.
fight off both sides.
5 seconds left before insertion.
There's no real way to play it comfortably.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Raccoon's
Attackers
drone
are
this out.
moving
I'd
to defuse the
anticipate
bomb.
they'd find a way to blow open this wall, come in and apply pressure from both doorways, and flush Mad Dog out and get control of the Mira. But it looks like Mad Dog's going to play this hallway with only a window to jump in. It makes sense, I guess. Raccoon hears him. Shots aren't going to go through.
Swapping mags!
This could get cute here. Nothing for Raccoon to open it, though, so that's not exactly going to pan out. I think Raccoon going over to his teammate, who's made entry into the building, trying to take some map control. Gunfight goes out. Quick pop shots, no damage done. An EMP Pokeball out.
Activated.
Mad Dog, clean angle. Nothing that you can do if you're Dirty Chewbacca. Raccoon would have to have a pretty sizable clutch, I'd have to say. Big moment here. A very decisive round. They've got to steal the momentum back. It's a difficult 2v1. Here comes the swing. Looking the wrong direction, and Wild Games gets the kill. Playing the pressure greatly. Knew how to play it. Puts Raccoon in the spot. I don't think anyone's going to hold that behind the lockers consistently. So it's just a difficult spot to be put in for Yogurt. And once again, Wild Games and Mad Dog switching up the look, trying not to give them anything too consistent. Raccoon going Amaro. This could get pretty interesting, depending on how he chooses to use it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Should mention, as we get to the round 8 setup here. Valkyrie and Malusi coming out from Wild Games and Mad Dog. The All-Star game, which is definitely featuring Mad Dog and Chewbacca. I believe Wild Games was in the conversation. Voting has been finished via players and myself. We have some tiebreakers to settle.
10 seconds remaining.
But the All-Star game is coming. It might be before the championship. It might be after. But I figure I'll keep you guys updated. IQ and...
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Oh, how am I drawing a blank on this? Is it Osa? I think it's Osa. Coming out from... I don't know how I drew a blank on that. Anyway. From Yogurt and Chewbacca. Same side, or same floor entry. 2 doorways being broken.
Drone deployed.
Mad Dog instantly investigating the noise.
Reload!
It's double droned. See what they decided to do with this information.
Reloading!
Slowly running out of drones. Scary situation for Dirty Chewbacca there.
Reloading!
Neat angle from Chewbacca. But they're not gaining any ground. They have no foothold in the map whatsoever. It's roughly an equal amount of damage done between the two parties. Mad Dog waiting for his trap to go off. Second it does, he's going to swing and gets the down and the kill. Raccoon once again left in a tough spot. Oof, they're very close to friendly fire there, I believe. Yeah, incredibly close. Actually, I'm almost unsure how Wild Games didn't die there. But 5-3. It looks like a very defender-sided map. Maybe that was what was keeping filled up in this thing. Of course, Mad Dog has got a very solid 1.7 compared to Chewbacca's 1.6. So 1.7 on attack, Chewbacca's got a 1.6 on defense. They're pretty equal there. The issue is when you get around to when Mad Dog's defending and Chewbacca's attacking, that's when we see the gap, because Chewbacca's got a 1.1, which is still good on attack, but it compares nothing to Mad Dog's 2.8 kill-death ratio. Which explains what we're kind of seeing now, where it's even when you've got Mad Dog on the back foot, but once you get him in his defensive spot, it's kind of difficult to play ball with him.
Swapping mag! Wall secured! Time to reset.
Site setup going late into the round. Of course, no rush to be worried about, so they're going to get away with it just fine. But a lot of reinforcement being done here. Of course, it looks like an extended hold into tellers.
Reload.
Drone ready.
Wild Games looks to be thinking about a flank here. Playing it patiently, however. Just misses. Has to go back to site now. Can't let them enter for free. If they get control of that area, it's going to be a big problem.
Drone is ready.
This is where a smoke grenade becomes useful. You smoke the breach, you can go plant instantly. Flank comes around. Chewbacca's waiting for it this time. Raccoon's in. Yings are going out. Chewbacca's planting. Site control is there. C4 is not going to go far enough. Wild Games is on the flank. He's going to get one. Chewbacca's down. Yogurt on the back foot. No C4s to use, but Wild Games is going to double swing with Mad Dog. And that's going to be an easy post-plant denial. It's a great flank from Wild Games there. Left the attackers scrambling to get a hold of themselves. There's just not much you can do when you have pressure coming from both angles. But at the same point, Chewbacca had the diffuser. If it was the other way around and Raccoon was able to run in and plant, we're talking about Raccoon in, Chewbacca watching flank, and can pivot when Yogurt dies. But when you've got Chewbacca with the diffuser, he has to go in and plant. He's no longer capable of watching the flank because he has to watch. He's in there, and Mad Dog is applying pressure to him. He can't watch the flank. That's where things become more of an issue.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
I mean, that's one of those things where it's like you have to decide that before everything starts. There was no way that I just don't think that Chewbacca was going to run in, plant, and run back out. He could have, but we're talking about hindsight. It's 2020, so it's just kind of an unfortunate situation. There was a way for them to be bailed out in that situation. But there's nothing either of them could have really done unless Raccoon just decided to, hit some nasty angles and get some insane kills that would left me speechless. That would have been the only way to really prevent it, other than just knowing what appears.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Okay, so they're not going to do what they did last time with Mira, but it looks like Mad Dog wants to hold the same area again, this little corridor here, because there's only a window and 2 doorways in. It's a good flank spot for this hallway, which a lot of people like to push through, but it looks like it's going to be Chewbacca playing underneath.
Let's have a look.
Hunting for Wild Games. Shotgun comes out and down Chewbacca goes. Not much you can do in that situation. A good outplay, but both Mad Dog and Wild Games are disastrously low. Down goes Mad Dog up to KZ4L Wild Games. C4 goes out. That shouldn't do much of anything, and it doesn't. It's a difficult angle to push. Sorry. Much better going around. No traps to worry about. Making it more of an even playing field. You just can't argue. And there he goes. Good kill from Raccoon. Good clutch. Looks like it doesn't much matter which angle Wild Games held there. Raccoon had the right progression, the right read from side to side with the bomb. Only thing that really changes there is if Wild Games could just, land a headshot first bullet. But, I mean, that's just Siege. Good plays all around. Opening up the wall, additional lines of pressure. Kind of left Wild Games not panicking, but less calm than he would have been if it was just, okay, just the doorway. I'd also like to point out a good job on Chewbacca for leaving both of them in an incredibly injured state with no way of really getting out of it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Same site, different operators. Alibi, that's going to punish the discipline of Yogurt for sure. There's just not... I just don't see a way Yogurt holds off. There's certain levels. It goes both ways. You're going to be put under a situation, especially in the 2v2 league, where it's going to be late in the round and you're just going to have to shoot whatever you see. A lot of these games don't typically... They don't go super late into the round, I feel like, most times, but additionally, they're not typically very quick rounds either. This will be the first real time we get to see how the new Dokkaebi is going to work out.
The bait. Deploying my trump card. Sending a payload. Check this hello.
William's going back to answer his phone. Raccoon's very hesitant to open the wall. Looks like they're abandoning it entirely. I'm a little confused as to what the decision process there was. Wild Games at the top of the stairs can't get any bullets to land. My dog, it looks like, took damage from the cell phone. No more games on his phone, as his phone is completely destroyed.
Payload on target.
But now no longer can be called. Wild Games does the same. Costs some HP, but I guess overall worth it.
Time to ring some ears.
My dog there to deny the initial breach. Gets a nasty kill onto Chewbacca. Well, the game's he sets himself up for in a very good spot to get the kill on the flank here if he stays patient, but it doesn't look like he is actually. He's going to push around and maybe find a difficult spot. He's kind of struck. I don't think there's a way they can get out of this. The wall bang is going to come through from Mad Dog. That's going to be the first game, 7-4. Some massive run of 5 straight wins in the middle there. Mad Dog 12-4, an elite stat line. We only see that so many times throughout the season. That's going to do it for our first game. We're going to get back at it for game 2 in a short while. I'll allow everyone to go do what they need to. When I get my text messages saying everyone's good, we will be right back. Get some popcorn, grab a snack or two, a drink while you guys are waiting. The intermission shouldn't be too long. Well, another quick intermission. I feel like that's the last 3 times we've had a quick intermission where everyone's just ready to go. I don't know if that's because people are taking their bathroom breaks before games are starting instead of waiting till the middle. But it's going to be interesting to see. Of course, this being filled up's map, it's not that big of a deal that they lost the first game. But now it is kind of, back against the wall. There's nowhere to go for them. Now, a must win, or they'll have to go back down to the bottom bracket, which shouldn't be the biggest of concerns for them, considering the team that will be waiting for them was the team they played in the first round, which is the Slow Rollers. Now, I think the Slow Rollers have improved. Vader's looked much better as of recent, and Austin, Kidney Ken has been much improved, especially the last 2 weeks. So I wouldn't say it's a slam dunk for him if they get sent down, but I would likely say this is probably your championship matchup unless the Slow Rollers have anything to say about it. Which they will. They will have something to say about it, but that's definitely going to be a 3-game series. I just don't see any way other than that, either way.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Sure, throwing a razor blade.
No Raura ban this time, electing for Snake and Ying. I guess they've decided that those were the two that annoyed them the most.
Letting the razor shine.
Bomb located by attackers.
Meanwhile, enemy sticking with what they had. Of course, when you win, you don't feel like you need to change anything.
All done.
But it did
10
seem
seconds
that
remaining.
Mad Dog was rather okay with. He had the ability to ban this map specifically multiple times, chose not to, and even acknowledged that he
Attackers' objective
didn't.
is to defuse a bomb.
And said that he was okay with this map getting picked. He felt like even though that this was the map they wanted and he knew they wanted it, he just he didn't seem to care. A lot of arrogance that comes from that team specifically, but I mean they've earned it. They've been undefeated for quite some time. Good reinforcements, but of course Wild Game's going ace. I just feel like we're not seeing a strong enough roam game. It's hard to do that in a 2v2 setting. You've got to be very concise with it. Chewbacca might have the jump here on Mad Dog. Oh, that is so close to death. How is Mad Dog still alive? I cannot believe it. Down he goes. 1-on-1 now. It's the 2-hole for both lineups. Slight damage coming out. It's not gonna do it though. It's not gonna be enough. Wild Games has diffuser. That's not gonna be an issue. Just gotta have the plant animation down for longer than that if he wants to get a commitment. Wouldn't be surprised if this turns into a game of Ring Around the Rosie. Plant's gonna try and go down. Once again, fakes it. Now we're committing to it. Oh, what a kill from Raccoon. Good flank as well. That is so incredibly low health. I am in utter shock that Mad Dog was able to survive the first thorn trap. I'd argue that that trap was likely the reason they lost that round, but Mad Dog was too focused on the gunfight. Of course, getting the kill onto Chewbacca, I think, is equals out. And then up to that point, of course, I would take the 1-on-1 if I'm Mad Dog between Wild Games and Yogurt. I think Wild Games likely comes out with that more times than not. But it's just... I no clue how Mad Dog escaped that with his life. I thought for sure he was done.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
After the win, filled up elect to go into the basement.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Looks like some Dokkaebi revenge here coming up for NME as Wild Games has elected to go Dokkaebi. We'll see if that changes at all. Raura, an incredibly powerful operator. It's going to be hard
10 seconds
to
to go.
contest with it. No impacts or anything to immediately
5
destroy
seconds
them.
to
It's going to be a difficult round if they can get side control. Okay, Wild
Attacker's
Games
objective
electing
is
to
to
go
defuse
Ace
the bomb.
instead. I'd imagine they play some sort of hatch, but if you're going to do that, I don't think Ace is the way to go there. Chewbacca upstairs currently, still getting hatches.
Drone up and running.
UAV mounted. Let them come.
Another impressive round there. Raccoon, it was a good bait and switch. Got Wild Games all caught up in with Chewbacca under the desk. That would have been a free kill. Wild Game's not exactly expecting the other angle, which is weird because there was a drone looking right at him, I figured. So there's no way he didn't know about that, surely. And once again, another trap op. Well, this time completely obliterating Mad Dog. I guess the round before it didn't kill him, but did enough damage to make
Attackers
it
need
pretty difficult to
locate
win a
and
gunfight.
defuse as many bombs as they can.
You'd have to imagine one of those two operators is going to have to go out the window. Looks like Filled Up's been ready for this fight on this map.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Some good spots going out. Now Valkyrie, another dangerous operator. A lot of open space to take advantage of.
Wall fortified! Clear the blast
Quick
area!
lobby entry seems to be the play here. Keep in mind, bum rushing hasn't always worked out. Especially for Mad Dog. This could be a good way to take side control.
Target acquired.
Plant going down.
Freezing metal.
See if there's any response. C4 goes out. That's not going to do anything. With the diffuser down now, it's going to be almost impossible to retake control. Yogurt goes down, but so does Mad Dog. And what a wallbang from Chewbacca! Chaos everywhere that round, as Filled Up go up 3-0 to start their defensive rounds on bank. These bans could be crucial. I think you're really going to have to ban either Capcan or Thorn. I'd probably suggest Capcan. You'd think that those two trap ops would make them slow down, but that round it didn't really feel like NME let that affect them whatsoever. Of course, they knew that there weren't any trap ops. I believe they drew on both the opponents out. Mira off the board, even though they didn't go it. I guess it's a good ban. You never know when someone's going to pull out a Mira strat. And Ram, also a good option. Enemies, very clearly shown previously that they can and will use Ram. Dokkaebi would have been another option I would have looked at. No point in banning Hard Breach unless you're going to go just get rid of all of them or force them into Hibana. So no point in really banning Ace.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Bomb located by attackers.
Swapping mag.
Jammer.
Jammer ready.
At the very least, hidden one drone in there.
Reload.
Jammer ready to activate.
So it's going to be really good late round. If they don't notice. Top square push coming through. Using Terrace to get there
Setting up a
instantly. Walls getting opened. Wild Games is going to swing through to get hallway access. Straight through the castle barricade. Knows he's not going to be flanked because they are there. He knows he's safe to anything but cubicles and stairs. They're not even going to bother checking it. I don't think they bothered to. And in Mad Dog goes. He's got sight control. Beeper goes out. Yogurt tries to swing. Doesn't work out. And Mad Dog gets the kill additionally onto... Oh, okay, it was a vault. I thought he was in hallway. Couldn't tell. Couldn't see anything but the outline there. Another amazing play there. Once again, they're applying pressure through speed. I think we've seen the rounds where... obviously, rounds... I believe it was 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2, where they punished the speed with traps. And they're going to go back to it here. Raccoon's going Thorn. The drone denial could additionally help them stay slow, but I would have liked to see a Capcan over a Thorn here, to be honest.
Attackers
I think
need to
you can
locate
run
and defuse
through
as
a
many bombs as
Thorn.
they can.
You can't run through a Capcan. Capcan trap. I'm also confused as to why we aren't seeing any wall denial. I feel like Mute, you could definitely go Bandit or Cade to just deny wall access. Clearly they're playing through
10 seconds left before insertion.
getting the
5
walls
seconds to
open.
insertion.
Jammer ready.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Razor Bloom going out.
Looks like the same general idea here.
Selma systems active.
C4 goes out. That's going to get Mad Dog down to half HP. Chewbacca's going to have to rotate around to the stairs.
Jammer ready to activate.
Using a mute jammer so that he's not heard. That is cute and could pay off with a kill. Down goes Wild Games. That was cheeky. I really like that. But Mad Dog's in sight, one-on-one with Raccoon for at least now. playing it slowly. Got a chance for another phone call. Mad Dog gets the swing, he's gonna get the kill. Chewbacca. He's got that ACOG. Mad Dog's so incredibly low. Phone call's gonna go out. Chewbacca able to hide behind one of the potted plants to get the phone call, get rid of it. And Mad Dog got a neat angle there. It's not gonna matter. The health difference was not important. You've got sight control and an ACOG with a fully automatic rifle. And you've also got to hold the diffuser. There's just not a lot of ways in a 1v1 you should be losing. Another great angle there from Mad Dog. And we're seeing something pretty similar to the last game. Filled up, gets an advantage, enemy strikes back, and it looks like, you know, barring this round, this could be a 3-3 game going into half, and we've seen how those go. I really feel like you can only drop one to this team if you want to win in regulation.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Kona station deployed.
Reinforcing wall.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Window secured.
Wall reinforced.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Let's see how you handle these.
It's going to be tough for Chewbacca and Yogurt. We've seen this already. 3-3 at half. I'm not going to give up hope for filled up here, but of course this is their map. But that 2.8 kill death ratio that Mad Dog has on defense, I don't want to say it's insurmountable, but I feel like you really only could give up
Attackers need to locate and defuse as
one
many bombs as
round
they can.
on the defensive end if you want to win this in regulation. And now at this point, I don't know it would be an achievement to get this to overtime. I feel like with how good Mad Dog specifically is defensively.
Wall secure. Getting bulkhead set up.
I don't know if I'm going to want to contest this with a Cali that I presume is going to meet him there. Gonna flush Mad Dog out. It's good dronage there.
Target detected.
Mad Dog is distracted. They're both on their drone. There's no Chewbacca finally looking to make a play. And Mad Dog's backed off completely. So the drones were enough to scare him out of garage. They've got control of it now. But this is not one yet. Still a very difficult push to get in through there.
Changing mag!
Oh no, a whiff from Chewbacca! That is so difficult. Mad Dog not able to get a second kill. Now it's all up to Wild Games. He's got plenty to stall out time here. Raccoon choosing to drone. He's got one drone left. Premature to use the gas pipe now. Oh, almost catches him out through the rotates. Not going to work out. That's going to give Raccoon the ability to run through the hallway. He's in B site now with the fuser. Good awareness from Wild Games, prepared. Yeah, I don't know. 3 straight wins for Filled Up, and then a response of 4 straight from NME. And I feel like this team may just be inevitable at this point in the season. I don't know if there is a team out there that can stop this. I don't think there's a team left that NME hasn't played, and I don't know. I feel like the Wiggles were the best shot at it. Obviously, of course, they played once and they lost, but the Wiggles felt like they could have won
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
if the situation was right. But they're gone now. Of course, only loss for the Wiggles was to NME. But you look at
Bomb located by attackers.
like the way things played out for them in the tournament, losing to, I believe, the Slow Rollers. And I'm not so sure that even they would have been able to stop this madness. I will say,
10
though,
seconds left.
regardless of how things play out, Mad Dog is an
5
elite
seconds
player.
left before insertion.
And I mean, anyone who's been there and saw
Attackers'
his
objective is to
season one
defuse the bomb.
performance,
Attackers drop the diffuser.
knows he's highly deserving of a championship.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
But it looks like we might see a rematch. It's either a rematch of this or a rematch of the championship game between Vader and Mad Dog of last season. And either way, the prospects for that are insane.
Coming in for Overwatch.
Shot!
Raccoon trying to sneak his way up the lobby stairs. That's a flickable range for Mad Dog, and they didn't shoot default cam, so Mad Dog knows. There's no sneaking his way around this one. Mad Dog prepared, gets the kill, but he is incredibly low, lower than Chewbacca is. That is horrifying. I'm rather confused as to how Chewbacca is still alive. I feel like Wild Games should have let some bullets rip there. He only needs one or two to get the kill. And he's gonna get them right there. I think that was only one. Early gunfights leading to late round executions from NME. They're up 5-3, have won 5 straight.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Loading new mag.
Wall fortified!
Wall secured.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds left.
Reload!
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Keep our positions.
I think the real question we're all looking at right now, as the rest of the league thinks about what they can do, it's not about how you
The
beat
attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Mad Dog attacking wise. It's how you match his
Attackers
defensive
recovered the
prowess.
diffuser.
How do you break down this defense in a way that leads you to favorable gunfights? And we might be looking at a way to do it right now.
Stay clear!
Taking something they don't want you to. Mad Dog instantly going on a flank here. Chewbacca's gonna meet him in the middle. Overswing from Mad Dog, but it doesn't matter. He still gets the kill. Chewbacca, his aim was not consistent enough. Now Raccoon's got to do something about it. Hallway. Flick wasn't strong enough. Everyone is one bullet. It does not matter where you hit them so long as you do. He's got sight control if he just goes in. Oh, down goes Mad Dog. Well, the game's left in a scramble now. There's no trap ops. Raccoon just has to send it. He's in now. The plant's gonna go down. Wild Games is going to take this time to revive his teammate, however. I wouldn't call this a fair trade. Raccoon, I don't think would have ever had a way to finish the down. Mad Dog knows where he is. Raccoon's in a very tough spot right now. Down he goes. That's going to be 6 for NME. 1 round away from a championship appearance. 1 round away from going back to where Mad Dog reckons he should be in the championship. Redeeming Season 1. Cade and Goyo coming out. Basement is the pick. Of course, no championship in Season 2. There was no way for Mad Dog to redeem himself there.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Carried his team last time for an appearance. This time, much the same. I will say his team has improved. Much better situation than the year before. Or sorry, 2 seasons before.
Bomb located by attackers.
I don't think there's a way that that any soul can deny Mad Dog a ring this time. I just don't think there's a way around it.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Deploying explosive ordnance. Lucky lad.
Swapping.
That's going to be a hard push. No great way to really push this site. I guess dropping Vault Hatch and maybe having one person go down White Stairs would be the best way to do it. Or the most comfortable way to do it. Not necessarily the best, but most people are going to focus on denying entry through... Raccoon's already in server room, but denying entry through server room. That's way too early of a shot. from Wild Games there. You need that Goyo canister for late in the round. Mad Dog on a flank. A lot of damage going out.
Loading new magazine.
Raccoon taking some damage as well. I think that was fire damage. They're going to open up the wall now. While Mad Dog's still getting back to site. Mad Dog back now. Likes not to use the EMP. He's got to use it on the other one. Yeah, that's true. Likely telling Raccoon, hey, just wait for the flank. Don't die. He needs the pressure.
Good. Kawan deployed.
He's been spotted now. Wild Games knows he's there. This has not worked out for Chewbacca. They'll still be alive in the tournament. 40 seconds left, scrambling for a fix to their problems. Mad Dog's got a C4 prepped. C4 is going to go out, and it's going to get both of them. What a way to cap off this series. 14-4. Even more dominant than the game before. Mad Dog may just be inevitable. I don't know if there's any stopping him. I don't know. I don't think there is. But I guess we'll go straight into the interview process. I don't see why not. I am just astonished. I think I should be able to invite him to the party instead of going into game chat, so the audible experience might be a little bit nicer for you guys.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Alright, well, Mad Dog, it's another win for NME, and you're here once again.
Mm-hmm.
Still have not lost a single game
Yes, sir.
in the tournament.
I don't even think we went to overtime yet.
No,
I could be wrong on that.
It's been a wild ride. Well, I guess a calm sail for you guys, but a wild ride for everyone else throughout the season. What do you think's led? What do you think the biggest reason for your guys' dominance is?
Teamwork. Because even if my teammate's doing bad, we work together, and he does what I say, like a good boy.
That is a good point. There are a lot of teams that seem a little dysfunctional on the teamwork side. They don't coordinate as well as others. What do you think of your matchup? Because there's a good chance you see them again.
Yeah. I like it. I don't know what it is, but I feel like every time I verse Gage, well, sorry, Chewbacca, I feel like I can counter him pretty well because I know his playstyle. But that could just be him. I don't know.
I do have to point out, you guys didn't look so great at the start of both games 1 and 2. Down 3-1 in game 1, down 3-0 in game 2 to start. Is there some sort of the process where you just got to get comfortable at the attacking half?
Well, I think the first game we were still warming up, and then the second game we got our egos a little too high, if I had to be honest.
Yeah, it really felt like the start of each game. I was like, oh, we could see an upset here, and then you guys shift over to that defensive half, and you got a 2.8.
Probably.
At least in the regular season. I don't know if you. What about the tournament stats? But at least in the regular season, a 2.8 kill death ratio, which is absolutely disgusting. So with that, let's just discuss some tournament stats. Of course, this being your show and whatnot, you're in the championship now, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's between the slow rollers and filled up. That would be Vader and Dirty Chewbacca, the main guys on those two teams. So I guess I'll just ask you about that game. Who do you think's coming out of that one?
I honestly don't know. I feel like last time they versed Philip looked pretty good against them, I believe.
Yeah, it
But
was Slow Rollers
honestly, I
took
feel
map
like-
one in dominant
I feel
fashion.
like Vader's on a tear right now.
Yeah, he
so
is.
I feel like there's a chance that
He's been pretty scary recently.
Yeah.
Additionally, his
And I
teammate
also feel
Kidney
like,
Ken
yeah, his
has
teammates
improved over the
definitely
last
stepped up.
2 weeks. He's been much better of a watch. So I think that one's going to be closer than last time. And that series confused me, and it kind of still does, because Vader took that first map so dominantly.
Yeah.
And then we got to maps 2 and 3, and it just looked like they just didn't show up. So it was weird to see the momentum swing in such a way. But I think it'll be closer now. I said before, previously in the stream, I don't think there's a way that series doesn't go 3.
Yeah.
It went
I
3 the
really
first
think-
time. I think it's going to go a closer 3 this time.
Yeah. I definitely think after game 1, Vader's going to be more resilient this time.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't even, he might lose game 1 and then lock in. I mean,
Yeah.
anything's possible.
It's definitely, I think it's a thing now where Vader knows if he loses, it's over. And previously,
see,
there wasn't those stakes in it.
Maybe we'll see a championship redo. Just with
Yeah,
teammates.
I'm curious. I brought that up. Vader took what I'd argue was a very, I don't want to say deserving championship, but I mean, you had to fight hard to get there, difficult path. And I almost want to say the roles are reversed now.
Yeah.
It's now Vader having to fight a difficult path to get there, and you guys have just been cruising, not much of an issue. So it's going to be interesting to see. Either way, we either get a rematch of this, and hopefully filled up can, well, I guess for entertainment's sake, not for your guys' sake, can watch some
we gotta
films,
keep
study
our
up.
stat sheet clean of the loss. Come on.
Yeah. Or maybe Vader has something to say about things, and he sneaks in there, and that would be an amazing matchup as well. So the storylines are looking phenomenal either way you go. Congratulations on the win,
Yes, sir.
and hopefully for your sake things keep rolling your way. An undefeated season would be pretty insane, especially in year 3.
Especially in bracket too.
Yeah.
Not even just in. Especially no overtimes too. That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, you guys still have the most difficult game ahead of you.
Yeah.
I'd-
Especially
I'd-
when it's best out of 3. I feel like there's more chances for, or not
Yeah.
best out of 3, but
Best out
first
of
two,
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be a pretty entertaining. I have no idea. I'm dreading it
Yeah.
slightly, having to commentate for that long. But we'll see what happens. Congratulations on the win. I will see you guys later for sure.
Yes, sir.
Two more games in the regular season plus the All-Star game. Any news on that as of right now?
I do not believe so.
All right.
Right now. All
Well,
right.
thank you guys for watching the Spam Invitational. I've been 10-Pin Gaming. Here's your MVP, Mad Dog.
Yes,
And
sir.
we will catch you guys later.